Hi there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 164 of our Be a Better You annual challenge. This whole month, we're focusing on the area of the life framework contribution. How do you interact with and how do you engage with and how are you seen by the outside world? Things outside of ourselves, right? Most of the challenge is all about becoming a better version of ourselves and all about us, right? And how things impact us. But we also have to keep in mind that the things we do, who we are, what we represent, what we stand for or stand against shows the rest of the world who we really are inside. It is for those people that actually see it. Most people are just walking through life, living their lives and not really paying attention to, unless something gets their attention, what other people are doing and saying and being and feeling. We're all tied up in our own feelings and our own situation. That's why I think today's topic, connecting with a cause, is so important. Contributing to the outside world, doing things that are bigger than us, triggers chemicals in our brain that human beings, we're just wired for that. We are set up to be social beings. We are set up to be and designed to be connected to other people. We are all connected, by the way. And if you do anything metaphysical or if you pay attention to energy or physics and things like that, quantum physics, but as human beings, everything is energy. Everything in the planet and in the universe is energy, and that means we are too, and that means we're all connected in some way, shape, or form. Remember, energy can never be created or destroyed, just can change form. So anyway, I'm getting off topic. Today I'm going to share a 5-step strategy or 5-step process that you can use to connect to the causes that are right for you. There's no sense connecting to causes that don't resonate with us because we'll actually put more negative into the world than positive. So we want to find the things that are right for us. So I'll share a 5-step process for that. I'll share a couple people's stories of how they did that. And then how do we integrate this into our daily lives? What's a great way to do? What are some little ways to do that? Because we just start, whenever we want to do something, we start right where we are and we move forward, right? Sometimes we'll have a couple steps back, but mostly we're trying to move forward. But we don't have to have the stars align or everything to be perfect or it to be a certain time that we start doing this. It's all a part of becoming who we're meant to be and the best possible version of ourselves. And that includes how we interact with things outside of ourselves. So let's start with the process. How do you connect with the cause? And why do you want to connect with it? You know, we can donate to things and do things and in a haphazard way, or we can find something that really feels awesome to us and resonates with us and that lights us up and triggers that dopamine and oxytocin in our brain that we all want to trigger in order to get the feelings and the results that we want, because those are positive energy returns to us. So what's a strategy to connect? What is a strategy to connect to a cause that transforms you and helps you to be a better version of yourself? Well, number one, identify your core values. We did that on day 3 this month, which was I don't even remember. I'd have to go back in my book and look, which I'm not going to do right now. But we already identified what are our core contribution values, what's most important to us. We've done step 1. So you can either do it again and revisit it right now and say, well, what are my core values? What do I identify with? What's most important to me right now? Maybe it's different than it was a week ago, right? What do I care about? What do I care about most? What do I really feel passionate and strongly about? What lights me up? I always like to go for the things that light me up and make me feel good. A lot of people like to go for the things that make them angry, because the opposite of that makes them feel really good. So number 1, identify what your core values are. Number 2, align with a mission that inspires action. Not only inspires you, but it inspires you to take action and do something about it. These are a lot of things, right, that get our attention and inspire us, but they don't necessarily inspire us beyond how we feel in the moment. And we need something that's going to inspire us on a continuous basis so that we're going to take action, want to take action, and want to continuously participate, right? Number 3, match the cause to your strengths. Find a cause that your strengths align with, not only your core values align with, but that can utilize your strengths. And believe me, there are literally thousands of them, no matter what your strengths are. Number 4, integrate the cause into your identity. Now, this is a big secret. And I don't know if it's a secret or if it's just a way of becoming what you want to see in the world, don't just treat your contribution and how you interact with the outside world. I think by outside world, I mean anything outside of you and your little being is the outside world, right? Make it part of your identity. Like I said early on this month, it is just how I act and interact with the world. It's just part of who I am. Thank you to my parents and to people that I got involved with in my youth that just encouraged me to behave in the way and treat people the way I want to be treated. And so when it's part of your identity and as a business part of your brand, it's extremely powerful because it's just the way you are and the way you show up in the world. But you want to actually do that on purpose, right? You want to pick the things and the causes and the contribution that is right for you and is really who you are, right? There are companies that you'll say their name and people automatically think of the charitable contributions and the things that they contribute to the world more than what they actually do, the products and services they actually provide. I'm thinking of companies right now, not just people. But it applies to people as well. Think Tony Robbins, Oprah Winfrey, anybody famous that you can think of. When you think of them, do you think of, talk show hosts, or do you think of the contributions that she's made in a positive way to the world? And of course, there's always some negative press around that, but overarching overall, have the contributions that she's made to the world been positive? Yes. Tony Robbins, yes. Whether you agree with him or not, or like his style or not, or can even stand listening to him or not, he has impacted billions of people's lives. Not only through his coaching and his products and services and businesses, but through the charitable work and donations that he does. I can't remember. I think he's fed over 1 billion people. It could be, I don't know how many, it could be 10 billion by now, but meals, or over 1 billion meals or something, things like that. Those are the things that we remember because it's just inherent in his brand and who he is now. And finally, step 5, measure your impact and stay consistent. Stay consistent. Keep doing things until you find the thing that is really your thing that can be associated with who you actually are. And then just keep doing it, right? Do it on some kind of a regular basis or frequency, because consistency and practice builds mastery. And we want to be a master at making the world a better place. At least I do. I hope you do too. So what are some examples of this? Or before we give it a couple of examples, let's talk about how can you integrate cause-driven contribution into your daily life, everyday life. And like I said, you don't wait. You don't have to start a nonprofit. You don't have to travel the world. You don't have to quit your day job. Just start doing things now, right now where you are. For example, volunteer an hour per week. I would say almost all of us, unless you got young children at home and are working a full-time job, can volunteer at least an hour a week. Share a resource, share a tool or a strategy that works for you. Mentor somebody younger than you are. Heck, you can mentor somebody older than you, except the older you get, the less older people there are than you. Start a monthly donation to a cause that speaks to you. Create content for awareness. Create and share information and stories and strategies and organizations that can create awareness, right? Share those online and your social media platforms. And again, that's incorporating into your personal brand and who you really are. And then finally, you could partner with a business or with a nonprofit, or partner your business with a nonprofit. There's so many ways to get involved and help and make the world a better place. And it's incredible how powerful an impact it has on our individual lives, which is probably why I always do, or have always had it be a part of my life. Is it, I swear, you gain more out of what you give than ever what you get, right? You always get more back than you ever give away and give out. At least that's been my experience. And the ripple effect of purposeful contribution is, I think it's immeasurable, because you don't know, when you mentor a child now, you don't know what they're going to go on to do. When you contribute to or get involved with or share information about a cause that's important to you, You really have no idea what the ripple effect of that is. But when we put positive into the world, we get more positive out of the world, and that creates a positive energy in the world, which we could all use some more of right now. Let's talk about Michael. Michael's a retired teacher, and upon retirement, like so many other people, he felt aimless. He's like, okay, I've taught school for 30 years. What am I going to do now? And after attending a local community meeting, he began tutoring immigrant children in English. He was an English teacher, an English professor throughout his career. And he's like, well, I can do that. And so he started doing that. And that sparked a connection with educational equity as a cause for him. And let's see what he did with that. He now spends 3 days a week working with students and speaking to school boards about better inclusion programs. Contribution gives him new energy, structure, and pride, and has transformed his retirement years into a legacy building chapter of his life. You know, he has no way of knowing how many lives he impacted as an English teacher, but now he's creating a legacy by not only teaching and coaching and tutoring immigrant students in English, but by encouraging and speaking to other groups and school boards to include and consider that all children learn differently, which doesn't include just immigrant children. So I'm just going to share one example, otherwise I go too long on this. So what are we doing today? I'm going to ask you and invite you to go through this 5-step process for yourself. Identify your core values. We've already done that, but you can do it again. It's quick and easy. What are your top 3 core values? And then make sure that you align your mission with, align yourself with a mission that inspires action. Doesn't inspire just, oh, I feel good or I feel bad about that. It causes you to want to take action and motivates you to take action. Match your cause to your strengths. Always important. Just like I say in our careers and in our life, we need to be focusing on our strengths and the things that we're good at and building upon them, not worrying about what other people think or what we think our weaknesses are, because those are not our strengths. We don't need to build on them. We're going to build on our strengths, not on our weaknesses. Match your, integrate the cause into your identity. Again, this is a secret weapon for keeping yourself accountable and continuing to personally develop and grow, even when sometimes you don't feel like it. Because guess what? Sometimes you volunteer for something and you don't feel like going. But as soon as you get there and start interacting and doing the thing that you're there to do, all of a sudden it's like anything else you're passionate about. You get motivated, you get energized, and just start flowing through the process. And then finally, measure your impact and stay consistent. Be consistent. Measure your impact. I'm tracking volunteer hours. How many hours per week do I volunteer? Because it's an easy thing to track, and it's in-person volunteering, not just volunteering in other ways, because that's an area that I wanted to improve based on the SOAP framework yesterday. All right. Any questions? Any questions about this process? Any questions about connecting to a cause? Any help with connecting to a cause that's important to you? Hit me up and ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.